Did you know there are specific things successful men never do around younger women? While 95% of men keep making these basic mistakes, the top 5% have figured out the unspoken rules. I spent the past week studying what separates highly desired men from the rest, and it comes down to 10 key behaviors they avoid. Most mature men don't even realize they're making a huge mistake at number 4, which I'll share. Let's start with number 10. Don't try to play hero. One of the worst moves you can make with a younger woman is trying to swoop in and solve her problems. It might feel like you're being the man by rescuing her, but to her, you're just setting yourself up as another guy in the provider or, worse, the big brother zone. The moment you start fixing her issues, you're no longer a man she's intrigued by. You become the guy she runs to when she needs something done, firmly out of her romantic radar. Here's the truth, she doesn't want you to fix anything. When she shares her problems, she's not looking for you to roll up your sleeves and handle it, she's just venting. All she wants is someone who'll listen, not someone who's eager to save the day. The more you jump in to solve her dilemmas, the more you signal weakness, as if you're trying too hard to be the nice guy. Let her figure things out on her own. She doesn't need a knight, and she definitely doesn't want a dad. 9. Never let her see you lose control. If you let a younger woman push your buttons, you're handing her control. The moment you react angrily or get upset, it signals that she's the one pulling the strings. Don't let her actions or remarks make you lose your cool. Imagine you're out for dinner, and she makes a playful but cutting remark about your job. Instead of snapping back, laugh it off confidently. Losing control in that moment would expose insecurity, damaging the dynamic. 8. Never say sorry for small things. Too many men fall into the habit of saying sorry over minor issues, which can make you come across as weak or insecure. Instead of apologizing for small things, replace it with a response that conveys strength and confidence. For example, if you're late, don't say I'm sorry. Say, thanks for waiting and carry on with the evening confidently. If she points out something you've done that bothered her, don't immediately apologize. A response like, I understand what you're saying, gives you a moment to reflect on whether her point is valid without diminishing your position. 7. Don't lay all your cards on the table too soon. Telling a younger woman exactly how you feel about her from the first interaction is a major mistake. If you rush to show her you're interested, she'll feel like she's already won, and that's when the attraction starts to die. Women, especially younger ones, thrive on mystery and challenge. Revealing too much too soon eliminates any sense of pursuit or excitement. It's not about playing games, it's about maintaining that tension which keeps her curious and engaged. When she doesn't know exactly where you stand, it keeps her invested. The moment she feels like she's conquered you, she'll start thinking, what's next, and likely lose interest. 6. Never seek her approval like you need it. As an older man, one of the worst things you can do with a younger woman is seek her approval. The moment she senses that you're trying too hard to win her over, she'll lose interest fast. Confidence is key. When you try to impress her or gain her acceptance, you come across as insecure, which is a major attraction killer. Women are drawn to men who know their worth and don't need validation. Instead of over-explaining yourself or trying to prove you're the best option, keep the conversation balanced. Don't dominate it, and don't make it all about you. Focus on her, let her share her thoughts, and avoid the trap of approval seeking. 5. Never overplay being aloof. Don't confuse not seeking approval with being overly disinterested. These are two different things, and being too aloof is a common mistake. While a little mystery can be intriguing, there's a fine line between acting confident and acting rude. If you seem completely indifferent, she'll likely feel that you're not interested at all, which is a surefire way to push her away. Show interest without appearing needy. For example, a thoughtful comment like, "That's an impressive skill you've got there, though I bet you can't beat me at it," strikes the right balance. You're paying attention while keeping things playful and light. 4. Don't dump your problems on her. One of the biggest mistakes most men make, regardless of age, is dumping their problems on a woman. This is the quickest way to lose attraction and present yourself as weak. Never unload your personal problems on a woman, especially as an older man. Women want to see that you're both emotionally and intellectually strong enough to face challenges, not that you're looking to them for emotional rescue. Keep insecurities in check and avoid oversharing about past failures, struggles, or weaknesses. This type of vulnerability may seem honest, but it can paint you as someone who lacks confidence. 3. Don't agree with everything just to keep the peace. One of the worst mistakes you can make with a younger woman is constantly agreeing with her. Society might tell you that agreeing with everything she says will make her like you, but it does the opposite. Nodding along to every opinion gives off a weak and insecure vibe, as though you're afraid of upsetting her. A man confident in himself doesn't fear disagreement. Having your own perspective shows strength, especially when you're older and more mature than her. If you constantly agree just to avoid conflict, she'll sense that you're trying too hard, which will push her away. Women are attracted to men who are sure of themselves, not those who are overly cautious and afraid to speak their minds. 2. Never hold an alcoholic drink when talking to her. Picture an older man in two scenarios. In the first, he's holding a beer. In the second, he's holding a bottle of water. Studies show that people generally perceive the man holding water as more intelligent. Why? Alcohol impairs cognitive function, leading to what scientists call the imbibing idiot bias. If people see you with a drink in hand, they're more likely to assume you're not as sharp or in control. So, if you're at a bar or social event, opt for water or sparkling water instead. You'll not only look more intelligent but also show that you're in command of yourself and the situation. Don't mistake yourself for the richer guys in movies holding drinks and flirting casually. This is the real world. 1. Don't put her on a pedestal for her looks. Research shows younger women are 3 times more likely to lose interest in older men who make the mistake of overly complimenting their looks. Highly desired men understand this. The moment you put her on a pedestal for her beauty, you join the crowd of forgettable admirers. Beautiful women are used to shallow praise. High-quality men turn the tables, challenging her to prove she's more than just a pretty face. This attitude creates a powerful effect, a desire in her to prove her worth to a man who isn't easily impressed. This single change separates the men she remembers from the ones she forgets.